You could have this great, step by step, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do all these things to plan for the exit, but that could go south at any time if something happens to you. If you die or become disabled, if this is going to totally derail your plans, we need to make provisions for that. A good solid exit plan will do for you. It'll help you focus on what matters most, what's going to have the most impact to drive your exit strategy forward and get you to a successful exit. Hi there, welcome to video 6 in a 6-part series. So this is the last step in the very high level business exit path. So we started this video series on valuing your business, which is the first step in planning for a successful exit. Then we established your timeline and your goals. Then we discovered if there's a gap. Is the business value worth what you need it to be worth? Do you have the personal resources to allow you to transition out of your business? If the combination of those two things isn't going to give you the financial security that you need in retirement, then you have a gap. And we talked in last week's video about how to go about closing that gap. I also overviewed what building the exit plan actually looks like, and now we're in the implementation phase. At this point in the process, we've already done a lot of the heavy lifting in growing the value of the business, preparing it for exit, and now we're in the later stages. So we know who the successor is, and we're well on that path, whether that's a third-party sale or an inside transfer to a family member or a key employee. We're working on those things to try to successfully make that transition happen. I live in Oregon, and one of my favorite summertime rituals when I was in my 20s was going to the Oregon Brewers Fest. Hundreds of beers from all different breweries all across the country. You go in the gates, you get your beer tokens, and you can get either like a full beer or you can get just a little taste. My plan was I would get the booklet, I would circle all the beers, like, oh, I want to go, like, oh, I have to try this one, I have to try this one. And then they had a map and it showed you where everything was, and then I would map out because I didn't want to be inefficient. I'm a planner, which is why I do exit planning, probably why it suits me well. But my husband said to me, he's like, Ashley, you plan the fun out of everything. How does this story relate to exit planning? I can only drink so many beers. So I have to prioritize what are the beers that I want to try the most. And in what order does it make sense to try those beers so I'm not being inefficient and going back and forth or retracing my steps or doing wasting time. The same exact thing is true for exit planning. It's very important in the latter stages when you're preparing for your exit that you really focus in on and prioritize, these are the things that I need to do that are going to have the most impact. And it's the job of a good exit planner like myself to prioritize those things and help you to see. Because sometimes when you're so focused and you're just in your own bubble, in your own world, you can't see what you need to do and when. So we have to prioritize, and we have to disregard all the beers that we don't like and we're not going to try. And it's very hard to do that sometimes because there's lots of good beers that you want to try, and there are plenty of things that you could do to grow the value of your business or prepare for a successful exit. But we can only do so much, and we only have so much time. So we really have to focus in on what matters most. Good exit plan and doing the right things at the later stage of the game, like tax planning and estate planning and business continuity, and identifying a successor and hiring the right people, whether it's a M&A advisor or a business broker or a good solid attorney who understands how estate planning intersects with the exit of your business. Those are all critical things that need to be done, but they can't all be done at the same time. So we have to prioritize. There are certain things that, from a tax standpoint, that you'll want to do sooner rather than later, especially when you're choosing a successor and you're planning that specific path. there's a lot of tax related decisions to make along the way, and obviously we want to have as efficient a tax transfer as possible. So that could be anything from maybe changing the structure of the business and how the entity is structured from say a C Corp to an S Corp, or vice versa, depending on what that succession path looks like. That might be something that you do, but that needs to happen well in advance of an exit in order to be effective. In a third-party sale, a lot of times how you structure the deal, is it an asset sale, is it an equity sale? Those have different tax implications. The other thing that goes hand in hand with exiting your business is the estate plan. There are a lot of things you can do on the estate planning side, particularly if you're planning to transfer your business to your children, to both minimize taxes and make sure everything is set up how you would like it to be set up, to reach your particular goals with leaving a legacy, planning, taking care of your spouse and your children. All of that comes from good, solid estate planning. The other thing that's sort of related to estate planning that happens once we have built the exit plan and we start implementing it in the later stages is making sure that we have the business continuity. So if you were to die during the exit process, let's say you want to sell your business in 2 years and you're working on getting things done, implementing the exit plan to do that successfully. Let's say you die. What happens to your business if things don't go as planned and you pass away? Do you have key man life insurance? There are things you can do as far as setting up life insurance trusts, things like that, to protect the asset in the business and also protect your family if something happens to you and things don't go as planned. In the preparing for exit, depending on what you're going to do, if you're planning to sell the business to an outside third party and that's your chosen succession plan, then at this stage we really need to get either a business broker involved, or sometimes some type of merger and acquisition, M&A transaction advisor, a deal attorney, someone like that involved to assist. It is the job of the business broker or the M&A advisor to market and sell your business and get top dollar for that. So we really want to do a good job in selecting the right person to help exit the business at this stage in the game. You're planning to sell the business to an outside third party, but you have a couple people that you need them to stay on up until the exit and through the exit. And most third party buyers are going to want to see a strong management team in place so that they can be assured that the business is going to continue to be successful and continue to grow and be profitable once that transition occurs. So there are things you can do like stay bonus plans or non-qualified deferred comp plans that will help incentivize your key people to stay. One of the areas where exit plans can go south very quickly is if key employees aren't properly informed of the exit plans and are blindsided or hear about it, and they become angry or upset and they decide to leave or go out and hang their shingle and compete with you. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe below. That's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Ashley Michike. If you like this video, guess what? We put out videos, multiple videos every single month on exit planning to help you successfully exit your business and transition into the next phase of your life with all of the financial security that you need and desire. That's the goal with exit planning, is to get you through to that next phase of your life successfully. My mind just went blank. Okay. Think. Okay, what were you saying?